It's all about your inner GPS. Welcome back. This is day 2 of the Confident CEO journey. Today, I'm going to tell you the 4 ways in which you can craft a vision, building a vision that inspires others. So make sure that you stay to the end because, in addition to talking about that, I'm going to give you some very good actionables. I love actionables. It's great to be able to listen to stuff, but if you're not putting it into practice, then you're not necessarily learning it. You're just hearing it. So let's start with your GPS. We all have an internal GPS. We all have this thing that will take us in the direction of our dreams. However, a lot of times we don't even know the GPS can be turned on, or we're sort of letting the GPS run, right? But there's no direction programmed into it. The thing about vision is that in order for you to craft a vision that is the foundation for your success, start with what Simon Sinek says, the why. Why is it that you want to have whatever it is, right? Fill in the blank. For me, why is it that I run a business that helps women create successful businesses confidently? Why? Well, because I had a mom that at 50 years old, as a single mom, was laid off, just like I was at the beginning of my career or in my career. And when she hit that certain age and the world said, "Hey, thank you, no thank you," she kind of felt lost. As a young woman, she had a lot of dreams and she had a lot of vision for herself. And life happened like it does for many of us. But the one thing that I saw with my mom is that she didn't have the next step. She loved us as her kids. She loved the people that she volunteered with. But again, there was no real direction. And she allowed herself for life to continue to happen. So, in looking at that example, I know that there's so many different women because, hey, by the way, I woke up at one point and said, what am I doing with my life? Where am I going with my life? And all of these questions are normal. They're really normal, specifically because we live in an era in which the world is saying to you, you need to have this, you need to do that, you need to check the boxes. But the most important thing is that the boxes you tick off are the ones that matter to you. So now this is when starting with why. Why do you want to do what you're doing? Why do you want to move from a corporate career to an entrepreneur? Or why do you want to help or set up a foundation? Why do you want to travel? Why do you want to do the thing? And where do you want to do it? So that is the first thing that will help you create and put in that destination into your internal GPS. Now, here's the other thing that you need to do in order to create the successful vision. You need to really be compelling with the vision for your life. You know, when I got laid off, I saw myself making a difference in the lives of other women, mainly the women who were Latinas or the women that maybe had nobody tell them how cool, how good, how awesome they were, what rock stars they were, how amazing their gifts were. I was so fortunate that I had a dad that spoke that into me all the time. And I have a husband that does that. And that allows me to then take that compliment, that belief in me to go out and accomplish the things that I accomplished. But I knew that not everyone is in that place. I sat in conference rooms where there were women who were gifted, smart, intelligent, had wonderful ideas, but they were so afraid to share them with others because they didn't think they belong. And I knew that that was my mission to help others come to the table, sit at the table and not sit in the background thinking that no one needs me or wants me. Align your vision to your values. And this is another way in which you can craft that vision that inspires you and inspires others. For me, knowing what my values are is incredibly important in my business. The first night after I got laid off and I began my business, I sat in bed and all these thoughts are going through my mind and, the negative, the good, the bad, the sad. And I realized that in order for me to go forward, to take whatever the next step was going to be, I needed to be clear on what is important to me. What is it? Well, the first thing that has always been very important to me is service, is to give to others. I was always taught if you have some, give to all, right? And this is something that has carried me throughout my life. It's why I became a teacher. It's why I volunteer. It's why I will give because this world, sometimes you may be the only person that gives a smile, that gives belief system to others or maybe something as tangible as give them a lunch, right? So that's important. So, in aligning my vision for my life or what I wanted to do, I then created that understanding that vision is going to be about service. It's going to be about service. My other value is freedom. I wanted the freedom to travel. I wanted the freedom to do and call the shots. I like being in charge. I am definitely one of these people that likes to call the shots. So that was another value system that I had. I wanted to have the flexibility and I wanted to lead. Leadership is another one of my values. Of course, another one of my values is learning. I wanted to make sure that in anything that I created, I had the opportunity to grow and learn and continue to evolve and become a better version of myself. And in knowing all of these values, the vision started to take shape. When you align your vision to your values, and here are some ways in which you can do that. Like I said, you need to define your values. You need to know what's important to you. Second, you need to be able to identify what is important by what you spend your time on, right? Because if I told you that service is an important value for me, and yet I wasn't spending time serving others, that's not real value. That's something that perhaps is I would like to have that. I would like to do that. But then that is not a good enough direction for your GPS. So this is again important. Align yourself to where you're spending your time. Evaluate, what do I do? What's important to me? Where do I like to hang out? Why do I like to hang out there? That's going to help you. It's going to be incredibly important in this vision. Now, you need to make sure that you communicate. Once you start crafting that vision that you have, like for me, is empowering women to build the life of their dreams confidently, right? Whether it be there for their business or for their career or in their relationships. And now that I have that coordinated in my GPS, that's my vision, and I know it's important to me because that's what I believe in, then I need to communicate that to other people. Communicating your vision to others is what's going to enable you to, one, be accountable to that. And also, it's going to let people know what you stand for. And that's when you begin to call the people that need you, want you, align with you to be in your world. We all have a voice, and very seldomly do we use it in a way that we share with others what we believe. We sometimes think, "Oh, I don't want to offend people. I don't want people to not like me." Listen, we're not always going to be everybody's cup of tea. So be okay with liking you as your brand, as your tea and forget the rest. F them, really, honestly. And it took me a long time to get there. I think that for so many times I wanted to be everything to everyone because I wanted to be, oh, I'm good, I'm great. It doesn't matter if I do it for other people. I have to believe that, yes, I'm good, I'm great. And you know what? I don't like this. I like that. I believe in this. And then people come to me because they know where I stand. Make yourself memorable. Make yourself that inspiration for others. And by the way, what you do, what you say is not going to inspire everyone. And that is okay. That is okay. Again, When you are moving through this vision and you're aligning and building a vision that inspires others, you're not going to inspire others unless you inspire yourself first. Lead yourself first. Now, in order for you to overcome some of the challenges when it comes to setting up your vision, the first thing is that you need to understand that lack of clarity will be the first thing that gets in the way for you. The second thing that I know when it comes to having a vision and then aligning your values and creating this vision that inspires others is that when we create a vision, we don't go back and monitor the result or make adjustments. In the very beginning of my entrepreneurship journey, I wanted to work with women in leadership. And I felt that that's what I wanted to do. That's what I was being called to. And as I started to move forward, I started to take time to really evaluate, is it just women in leadership? Or is it the mom that stayed at home for 20, 30 years and is now an empty nester and wants more for her life? Or wants to pick up where they left off with their dreams? Or is it the woman that has had a passion for serving, loving, giving to others, and has a really great idea on how to do that and can get paid for that? How about I go out and I empower her? So, for that reason, really monitoring and being able to, again, be clear on what that vision was, but then regularly monitor that that's what the vision is, help me overcome some of the challenges that it comes in setting that vision. What is important to you? Are you checking in with yourself? Are you making sure that what you decided it was important and where you decided you wanted to see yourself in the future, is that really relevant today? Because life will keep going, you'll keep growing. And now I want to talk about some actionable steps because I told you I was going to give you some very actionable steps. Number one, as you start to really define this vision for yourself, if you haven't already done so, go and make a list of all of the things that are important to you, all of your values. Do you value family? Do you value money, which is fine? That could be a value. Or do you value friendships? Or do you value learning? Do you value trusting people or being trusted? All of these different things, right? Make a list. There's no wrong answer. This is what is your values. Second, go and look at your calendar. Look at your calendar for the last 6 months. Where are you spending your time? If your value is learning and yet you haven't picked up a book or watched a video or, sat in a class or a workshop or read a book, oh my gosh, you may tell me your value is learning, but if you're not learning, my friend, that's not a value. Oh, it would be nice if I could do that. So make a list and compare. Compare what you say is important to you and look at what is actually important for you. So that's a very first actionable step. Second of all, talk to others. Talk to others and find out, hey, what do you think is important to me? What do you feel is that thing that lights me up? You'd be surprised. Sometimes it takes someone from the outside to kind of say ding, 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 ding. And you're going to be like, oh my God, you're right. That's exactly it. Sometimes we need to have that clarity from somebody else's voice. So go ask, make your list, go ask, and then close your eyes and look at yourself in the future. I love the concept of the future self, by the way. Why? Because if I can picture Julie doing the thing, then it is easier for me to create the roadmap or to see in my GPS, how will I get there? All of us have that inner compass. All of us have potential possibilities and, more importantly, the passion. And if you don't feel the passion, my friend, it's inside you. Just tap in and look at where you see yourself. Why do you see yourself there? And how you can get there. So now go and be actionable. Go and do the work. Now, again, this is video 2 of the Confident You CEO journey. Go and check out the first video if you haven't done so. And make sure that you subscribe to this channel so that you can watch all 30 days of the things that you and I are going to be talking about. All right. Until next time, thanks for tuning in. You're awesome. And don't forget, go confidently in the direction of your dreams.
Hi, everybody. I know that sometimes we get very lonely in this entrepreneur journey, and I want to invite you to join us into our limited time only Purposeful You Mastermind. For many of us entrepreneurs, we believe that we can do it all, but the reality is that doing it alone only creates a lot of overwhelm. So join us at the Purposeful You Mastermind. You can find out more information by going to bit.ly/Julie's Mastermind. This is going to be the place where you are able to then unlock your full potential and achieve long-term success for your business, push you behind your current limits, expand your connections, discover new ideas, and implement them with confidence. You're going to get the support in all aspects and transforming you to the six-figure business you've been looking for. Pause and get off the hamster wheel if you've been spinning around. This is a time where you can get that support from like-minded entrepreneurs that are here to join you in your journey. Together, we can challenge the assumptions and land the speaking engagements and opportunities we want to grow our business and make an impact in the lives of people. See you then. Remember, you can find the mastermind at bit.ly, Julie's Mastermind.